Now I said, that's, yeah, we can say, oh, that's only for holy people, that's for this, that. It's for everybody that ever, was born. When we come to the churches and buildings and everything, which have nothing to do with what Jesus came to do. Someplace along the line I often saw, established religion, yeah. I often said, how could religion be established? How could it be an establishment? How could it be? And I said, Jesus talked to his church, the number of people who he gathered with, nothing to do with buildings or an organisation. And I often said, where did this establishment come from? I was only recently, I realised it had come from the Roman Emperor, who decided in 375 that the official established religion of the empire was to be Christianity. And he could not do that, or any human could not do that, not possible. The only one who could establish that is Jesus Christ. And this is where somebody got us, it couldn't be an established religion. And I said, all the other denominations, they're all hooked into that. And I said, it could not happen, because being born of water and the Spirit is between two people. Whoever is getting it and Jesus Christ, nobody else. Nobody else can do it. Baptism of the Spirit is different. Baptism of the Spirit, you can baptize people in the Spirit, but the only one is, can baptize you is Jesus Christ. He's the only one in it. Now we go back to where a lot of this misunderstanding came from. You go back to the Jewish nation, and it said, which we talk about, I know, when it said, he says, God chose Israel to be his country. He made a covenant with Israel, with the people of Israel. Not with individuals, with the whole thing. He made a covenant. And you had the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy of Holies, and all of this. And during that then, everybody that was born there was, came in. And they were all circumcised, and it was legitimate because they were all chosen. That is the only state, the only place that God ever made a covenant with the whole nation. And I said, and until that, and I said, he started off with Abraham, and he says, Abraham, he says, right, he says, he was called Abram, and she was called Sarai. And he was nearly 100 years old, and Sarai was 80. And he said, I'm going to make you, a light to the nation. And he said, so your seed, but I have no seed. You're not going to have any seed at 100 years of age. So Sarah laughed when she heard it, but he became Abraham and she became Sarah. And she said, of course, Abraham. So they had the seed. And he says, from that seed, through the different people that came, he was bringing the Messiah. He was bringing the seed. So you had Abraham, you had Isaac, you had Jacob, you had Moses, you had them all, one after another. So the covenant was made there, and it walked along there as a nation, always as a nation. And he looked after the nation everywhere along the line, the whole, like, the Passover and all these kind of things. They were his nation. So that was the background. Now I said, when we came then, when he rose again from the dead, everything is now changed. Everything is now changed. I make a new covenant between man and God. And the new covenant is for every one of us, individually. So you can't come as a big bunch and say, right, we understand. And he says, everyone has to come individually I saved them individually. Every one of them I saved. I said, you have to come, ask and receive. So it's an individual basis. Each one, as she said, each one must do this and each one must do that. So that's the truth. Now we get people coming back and saying, right, with your children's baptism was the same as the old, you know. It was not the same as circumcision. Circumcision was for the group. Baptism is for one, between you and Jesus Christ. That makes sense? So I said, until we get away from that. So when that came then, I said, individually, and when the Roman Emperor came back and said, right, we will make the Christian religion, you know, the established religion for the Roman. He couldn't do that. It's not possible to do that. And I said, you go back then, so he said, everybody here, he says, you're a Roman citizen once we invade the place, once we take it over. And now everybody here is a Christian. No born again, no born of the Spirit. You can't enter his. So we followed the Roman Emperor rather than what Jesus said down the road. So we finish up then, as someone says, with what we call nominal Christians. And there's no such thing as a nominal Christian. You're either giving your life what we call born again or you're not. And people say, oh, you're one of them born again ones. If you're not a Christian. You mean, I said, that's Jesus' words. Unless you're born of water and the Spirit, you cannot enter. Or whatever the Roman Emperor said. So I said, and Nicodemus didn't understand this. And he said, you're Israel's teacher and you don't understand what I say. You must be born. You must be. Trust me, it's a good idea. You must be born again. Yeah. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, so. That okay?
Spot on, yeah.
See, I'm trying to tie all the loose ends for people. So,